It's time once again to slip into your camo, grab your bow, and join us out in the field for another episode of the Up North Journal, presented by PSE Archery. The Up North Journal crew is knocked and ready to rock for another exciting adventure. So let's step outside and hit the trail.
This episode is brought to you by PSE Archery,
Black Eagle Arrows,
Cabela's,
Antler Action,
Spot Shooter Archery,
Tom's Custom Turkey Calls,
Family Traditions Tree Stands,
Badass Slingshots,
and Mossy Oak.
I shoot PSE because I like one pin to 40 yards.
I shoot PSE for the perfect combination of feel and performance.
I shoot PSE because you can shoot lighter poundage and increase arrow speed.
I shoot PSE for the fastest bows on the planet.
I shoot PSE because my livelihood depends on my bow.
I shoot PSE because better engineering makes a better bow.
I shoot PSE.
I shoot PSE.
I shoot PSE. I shoot PSE.
Experience PSE. Experience performance.
We know the future of hunting depends on our nation's youth. But did you know that in many states, it's illegal for you to take your son or daughter hunting until the age of 12 or even older? As a result, we have fewer young hunters, and the Families Afield program is designed to eliminate those barriers. Hunting is safe, and the safest hunters afield are young people with adult mentors. Visit our website at familiesafield.org to find out how you can bring more families afield.
Hey, we're back for another Up North Journal Minicast. What's going on, Dan?
Oh, man, another Minicast. Something you haven't heard on our main show, but you're going to hear about it right now.
I'm going to hear about it?
You're going to hear about it. You know what?
Am I in trouble?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you're not in
not
trouble.
Not that kind of hear about it.
Not that you're going to hear about it. But you know what? Being that we're in the outdoors and we shoot bows and we shoot guns and we shoot distances.
Yeah, we were shooting bows today.
You know, we talked about the Olympics in our main cast, right?
Yeah.
One thing I noticed some of them did have,
mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure why, because I think they knew this at distance, but I saw him, one of the coaches had one of these I've got in my hand, a rangefinder.
Why would he have a rangefinder on a known distance?
I'm not exactly sure, but it was around his neck. So
okay.
I don't think he...
Is that what it was?
It sure looked like it. Sure looked exactly like one of these.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm like, well, what's he got one of those? Because he's got one of these big spotting scopes in his other hand.
Right.
But that's what I'm thinking. Okay. So, anyways, it brought me to this question. You know, we do this thing with Vortex, and we've been out in the field, and one of the complaints that I've had from, bless you,
excuse me,
he's sneezing. I'm making him sneeze. One of the complaints that I've had from some people that I've talked to at Cabela's, showing them some rangefinders here, that this one that I got in my hand, this Vortex 1000 I have in my hand, this one's got lighted numbers on the inside.
Yep.
The gentleman was looking at it, a competitor brand, and he was putting it up to his eye, and he's like, "Oh, I want to see this one, and I want to see that one," and then he goes, "Well, I can't see those numbers." I said, "Well, think about it when it's at dusk or it's early in the morning."
Yeah, the readout's black.
Readout is black,
yep.
Exactly. And when you're in a dark situation, early morning, late evening, and you throw that up there.
When I'm showing them, I always have them look against a dark background.
Yep, exactly.
You
know what? And this one right here, the Vortex 1000, and I think they now have the Vortex 1500.
Yep.
It has a lighted background,
mm-hmm.
the lighted numbers. You push the button, and they come out nice and bright and crisp.
Right.
You know,
it's red.
It's red. I like red.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah.
I like red when I'm looking through my rangefinder.
That's true too. But you know what?
As long as red's not staying in front of me.
I just wanted to bring this up as a point of the Vortex. That yes, there is another model out there that does have it as well. But when looking for rangefinders,
it's a little more expensive than that one too.
Yes, it is. But they don't have the guarantee that this one's got.
Yeah, so you're paying more money for a warranty that's nowhere near compared to that.
Because I could throw this against the wall, stomp on it with my feet.
Oh, no, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't fix it.
But
not if you did it on purpose.
If I left this underneath my tire and I backed up and crushed it.
Yep, they'd fix it. Or replace it.
You know, what's your take on something like this? I'm trying to remember the price point on this. You're going to know it better than I.
$379.
Thank you very much. With a lifetime warranty, lighted background. I'm telling you what, this purchase is well worth it.
You're gonna step up into the better rangefinders that have like that one has the HCD, the holdover compensation distance. That's just the acronym that they use for that model. Basically, what it's doing, it's ranging up and downhill. For archers, that's huge. If you're shooting uphill or downhill, it's going to give you the actual. It's going to already make that compensation for you
when you're out shooting elk.
Yeah.
Across valleys?
Yeah. Well, you're not going to shoot across the valley with a bow, but
if you're really good.
But yeah, exactly. If you're shooting uphill or downhill, if you're shooting out of a tree stand, you're shooting it at a little bit of a distance. You might need to shoot 20-yard pen instead of a 30-yard pen at a certain distance. So it's going to give you that. That mode is going to tell you that. It also shoots in what's called line of sight mode. If you want to do the math yourself, but in line of sight, it will give you a reading in degrees of what the degree is off level, whether it be up or down. So that's one of the nice features about that.
I tell you what, it's just one of those things that I saw and I wanted to bring up in this minicast and talk about what a great little feature this has. Mm-hmm. That I thought was actually, it becomes priceless to me. Because I thought about that too with this gentleman and I were talking. I said, yeah, I think about that. It's early morning. You can see.
When you can see, but it's not
bright enough
to see the numbers when it reads.
And you range that, and you're able to range that animal, and there's nothing but black.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Especially if he's coming towards you and coming into shooting range.
Absolutely. So I just wanted to bring that up and talk to you about it, and you're the expert on it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in the 1500, the new model they come out with this year, the biggest difference in that, it's a 1500 series. It ranges realistically, when we're talking about rangefinders, when they tell you the number, that's against a large building.
Exactly,
and
that's
1,000 goes 1,000 feet off of a reflective surface like the size of a barn.
Yep.
Big game animal, you can take all those numbers and cut them in half, generally speaking. Okay. Now our 1500 series, it reaches out, 1,500 yards versus.
But again,
the 1,000.
1,500 yards at a object like a house barn.
Right.
Something that's big enough.
Yep.
Is it going to reflect off an elk at about 1,500 yards?
Well, okay. Think about that. 6x magnification. That's what this model is a 6x magnifier for the viewfinder. If you've got a big game animal, deer, whatever, at 500 yards, and you try to put that X on them and hold still.
Yeah, good luck, huh?
Yeah. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
So,
it's hard to
fine motor skills at our age, it starts deteriorating. But the really nice thing about the 1500 series, it has continuous range finding. So once you click that and you put that on an animal and he's moving closer to you or further away from you, it continually ranges. It will update and give you the readout as he moves. Yes, that's a nice feature about the 1500. That's new this year.
That's awesome.
And that one's $479.
And that's same warranty.
Same warranty. Same great Vortex warranty. And that's on an electronic device. That's another thing. When the LCD screen goes out in these things, because they do burn out over time, you send it in, they fix it, replace it. No questions asked. That's going to be the last rangefinder you have to buy.
You buy one, you bought it all.
Yep.
It's
nice.
I think, talking about that, the new one they just come out with 15, these come with a lanyard, they come with a belt clip, they come with a little handy-dandy carrying case. But knowing you're up in a tree and you accidentally drop it.
Yeah. And who hasn't dumped their backpack opened down on the ground, I've dropped things out of my tree stand.
Oh, we've seen people drop their whole backpack out and just look down and go, oof.
Yeah. Or what if you drop it in water,
Yep, exactly.
And maybe the battery door is not completely sealed because you forgot to tighten it down all the way. It's making contact work, but they didn't seal that O-ring. They're going to take care of it for you.
Yep, exactly. Send it to them. They'll get it back to you. No questions asked, right?
That's it.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up in this minicast.
Get out and get one. This episode was brought to you by PSE Archery,
Black Eagle Arrows,
Cabela's,
Antler Action,
Spot Shooter Archery,
Tom's Custom Turkey Calls,
Family Traditions Tree Stands,
Badass Slingshots,
and Mossy Oak.
Thanks for listening, and join us again here next week. Until then, remember, as we always like to say, if you're out on the water or in the woods, shoot straight and be safe until next week on the Up North Journal.